Hey guys, welcome back to the Rule of 100 live here in $100 million Mastery. Jerry O'Brien's my name, as you know, and I'm the co-founder of Million Dollar Builders Club, where we help entrepreneurs move from consumption of content to actions. Okay, and this week, all week, Monday to Friday. I've been going live every day to answer questions, and also for me to do the $100 million to do the rule of 100 live on air and answer questions along the way. So after yesterday, we've had another couple of questions come in from some people. So just to go through them first. Just if you weren't here yesterday, just to give you a little bit of background on myself, Jerry O'Brien. I have been in sales for the last 30 odd years. I worked for companies like IBM, and I worked with companies like Microsoft. More recently, I've been working online, following Russell Brunson for the last 10-15 years, and more recently, obviously, Alex Hormozi. I came across Alex about 2 years ago and set up the group, and from there I set it up originally for myself to learn some of his stuff, and also to share my thoughts and ideas. Okay, so to get back to the questions that we had, let me see, where are we? Okay, so how do you track your 100 actions? Okay. Listen, whatever way you want, really. The important thing here is to do 100 things every day towards your goal. That's the most important thing. After that, it doesn't matter. So start rough. Start with a spreadsheet. Mark down what you're doing and what you've done, and just keep moving forward. Like, today I'm a little bit late going live. Reason being, I had a client meeting earlier, and but I'm still live, and we're going to do it. So the next question is, what counts as the rule of 100 actions? Basically, you can send DMs, post content. Maybe it's really up to you. Record a video, follow-ups, build an offer, run a test. 100 actions. Not 100 minutes. The goal is output. Okay, so it's all about getting the output in place and moving towards your goal. How long do you do it for? Ooh, there's a good question. Look, for this action, this has been the 5-day challenge. The 100 rule of 100 for 5 days. Today is the last day. So we're going to close off today. Having said that, I do have some good news for you at the end. Listen, I'll tell you now for the hell of it. Yeah, I'm going to keep going live. I am going to broaden what I'm going to do live, but I plan to go live every day for next week as well. But what I'm going to do, I am going to include I need to get my systems in place so I can do a little bit more and work online as well, so that I can show you some AI, and so AI agents that I'm building. Also maybe build some agents for you guys. I'd like to do that, and also maybe build some offers for you guys live as part of this. So I'm expanding it. I believe, look, we're going to see how it grows, but the plan is to do my rule of 100. And then when people join, if they want me to work on their offer, I can work on their offer. But if you have an AI agent that you'd like me to create, maybe we can do that. So look, I'm going to keep it quite loose, and you guys in the $100 million Mastery group, tell me what you'd like me to do, and let's keep this going as long as we can. How's that sound? So anyway, next up, what's the next question? Do you ever miss a day? Ooh, good question. I haven't missed a day this week anyway. That's a good start. Will I miss a day? Probably. At the moment, I'm committing to doing it every weekday. So we'll see from there. Yeah. What's the biggest result you've seen from doing it? Okay, good question. Um, Look, this has been interesting this week. Like I've only been I've been in sales for a long time, as I said, 30 odd years. So I've been constantly outbound focused. More than marketing, I've been outbound. And the rule of 100, to be honest, I haven't been doing it that long, only the last couple of weeks. And I have seen some results. There's some results in play at the moment. I don't want to jump the gun on it because the business hasn't closed yet. But yeah, there's some good things happening, and I see a place for this. And I particularly see a place for this in the future. I don't know if you were on the call yesterday. I mentioned how part of the inspiration for this is looking at Gary Vee, and he's talking about how social shopping is the next big thing. And this is my social shopping. Doing things. Look, I'm going to be doing this anyway, so I might as well do it live and share my experience with you guys, and then maybe we'll see what happens from there. Okay. Let me see, what else do we have here. Okay, let's get going. So today, what I'm going to do is so yesterday. Let's feedback on yesterday. So yesterday we went live, and we've shared a couple of posts, and they were quite interesting. I'm gonna read out some of the answers, some of the questions, and some of the answers, because I think it's kind of cool. So let's see. So this was one of the posts. Would you rather have dinner with Hormozi or spend 1 week shadowing his team, and why? Okay, so it was seen by 450 people, and we've had 4 comments. Let's have a read of the comments. So so myself, I said, depends on the growth stage. Currently, I'd like to talk to his team. Because I'm building here, I think there'd be more value in seeing how they're building rather than the more conceptual side of things, working with talking to Hormozi himself. Mark Doris, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name properly, but he mentioned 1 week shadowing his team. Would love to see how a team like that functions on a day-to-day basis and what it takes to work at that level. Yeah, nice one. And Christopher Bauer, he said, I'd have him do a video going over my problems and addressing with the caveat I have to earn the dinner once I hit my big target. Nice. And then Max Mark said, shadowing his team. So nice one. I'm just going to love those posts. Thanks guys for that. Let's have a look. There was 3 posts that I did yesterday. I don't think many of the others actually did much damage. But let's have a look. This is a nice one. And we got a couple of comments as well, actually. So, not sure if this is from yesterday, is it? Oh, yeah, it's yesterday. Yeah, what's one Hormozi quote that changed how you think? Okay. And I said 1 to 1, 1 to a few, 1 to many. And Maureen said, nice one, Maureen. You don't get paid for the hour, you get paid for the value you bring to the hour. Nice one. Alvin Gale Tan said, I love that quote. I love the quote from Jim Rohn. Oh, it was actually Jim Rohn quote, so it's not it was not Alex Hormozi quote. Jane Hall, give until they ask. Thanks, Jen. Marty Parker said, forget the lady in the red dress. Nice one. And Ethan Foster said, Um, FNS. Oh, oh, fuck. Whoops. Off. Fork your mood. Stick to the plan. Very good. Okay, nice one, guys. So yeah, I'd forgotten that that one was there, and that got about 400 views. So what I'll do later, I might comment. I like the way I like this actually. I like that I'm going over these posts today. I think I can generate a little bit more interest in the posts by talking to you here and then going back and back and back. Okay, the one that didn't hit, and it was one of the ones that I liked, but there was still 260 people looked at it anyway. Is Hermosi playing the media game or the business buying game now? So, and I was the only one that answered buying businesses. Yeah, so I like, listen, he's a cool operator in fairness, and he's really only in it now. Everything he's doing, you know, is setting up to buy businesses. And if you look at it, you know, even the you know, everything, the whole thing is set up to buy businesses. Everything else is just pay for the option to buy businesses, if you look at it. And I read some place recently. Actually, I have another piece of content that I'm going to share in the next couple of weeks, and it talks about it, how, you know, the books are his funnel. So you have the $1 million offers, you know, is a lead magnet, and $1 million leads is a lead magnet, and the $1 million money models are lead magnets. And then in those, he has call to actions so that people can sign up to the acquisition.com site. 1 second there, guys. I have a little man here asking me something. Go on. 1 sec. So there you go. It's live. That's what happens when you're doing lives. So yeah, this is crazy. Anyway, where were we? So I was reading out the quotes. There's one other, actually. You know, I don't know if you know, the Facebook has its agent come into the group and ask questions every now and again and see what happens. So I've been letting them go and seeing if they're getting any stick, and this one kind of got a couple of comments. What is the big marketing mistake? What is the biggest marketing mistake, and how did you fix it? Oh, okay. So Jennifer Chiti, sorry about the pronunciation. This was back in the day, my first online business. Just so happened to be online dating site back in the early 90s. And we decided to do radio advertising on Memorial Day. Well, guess what? Everybody's out partying on Memorial Day weekend, and we were advertising alongside all the used car dealers. So the lesson learned was know your niche and know your market. And then I also left a comment. I think there's 3 comments, so let's see what the third comment is. My one was trying to sell one-to-many without selling one-to-one. And then, I had a second one. Okay, this is a good one. I gave up on Facebook advertising after they banned me 10 years ago. I should have, I got stubborn with it, and I should have got, I shouldn't have got so stubborn. But then that's what happens when you're stubborn. So thanks, guys. Thanks for all the comments. I'm enjoying this, actually, going over the comments live here. And what I'm going to do now, what I'm thinking, which will create more momentum, is I'm going to tag the people in the comments on this, so that they can, engage with the video, and then we'll start the movement from there. So nice one. So where are we? So what's next? So we need to do something on the reach out side of things for today. So let's see. I'm going to go into Facebook, or I'm going to go into my AI brain, and I'm going to go into Bravo. 1 second there again. So where are we? So how is let me show you this for the hell of it. If I can bring you over and show you this. I need to work this out, or maybe I can reverse the. Can I reverse the camera? Yeah. Okay, it works. Okay. So here are my open rates on my email list. So we're at 31%. So we only have a small list at the moment. We have 138, and I sent them the Hormozy YouTube content with the 5 questions, and we had 41 opens and two click-throughs. A couple of days ago, similar to Facebook, I sent the Avengers post, and 1 click-through and 1 unsubscribe. That's all good. So these opens are pretty good. I suppose the thing about opens these days is you need to see the average over a period of time, because you can't really track opens anymore. So let me see, we're at 34%, 45%, 32%, 39%, and 32% and 35%. Okay, and 38% and 31%. Okay, so I need to, so I'm going to bring this back here for the moment, and you're back with me again. So I need to start analyzing this data, because there's some good data here. Like, let me see, what was that 50? That 50% one, what was that being talked about? Was there 150? I thought there was. Well, there was a 43%. Let me see, what's the biggest one? Can I even? Okay. So there's 43% was live, the Pimp My Offer call, Tuesday at 12:35. So interesting. The reason that went live was that was the most is because it was it was an actual date and time of something. That's something that you can't really do on Facebook, but because most people don't see a post for a few days, or particularly with my group anyway. These things start to snowball. Like you'd see it, the views in the first hour. If it's going to go viral, if it's going to go a little viral, if you'd be looking to have 150 people in the first hour, and maybe if you got a couple of likes on that in the first hour, then you're rocking. A couple of likes and a couple of comments in the first hour would help a lot. So so that's interesting. Oh, the other one, there was another one at 45%, and that was welcome to the club. Let me see what the the actual title of the email, or the actual subject line of the email was. Yeah, it was welcome to the club. Okay, so the thing about that is, even though it was a welcome email, it wasn't the first email they got, because I changed the welcome email sequence a couple of weeks ago, and then I sent it out to everybody again. Okay, and so where are we? I must check something as well. So I'm going to go on school. And I'm going into my free school. Yeah. So guys, if any of you are interested, I have a free school. It's $100 million mastery. So if you search for $100 million mastery, you'll see it there. Okay. Anything interesting in my comments? There isn't. So we're going to go with that. And 8 hours left. So I need something to post today. And as I was saying to you yesterday, I haven't really got a system around posting. I just, well, I do. I have an AI brain that I get my content from, but I don't have a system for, automation system for pushing it out. Anyway, got distracted there for a second. Now I'm back with you. Okay, so I just into my brain, I typed in it's Friday, what might be an interesting post? Since it's Friday, the perfect post should blend momentum, reflection, and action, especially for your audience of builders who've been executing all week. Pulled from Mosey's Rule of 100 and Gary Vee's day trading attention concepts, here are 3 headline ideas with a short caption option for each. Friday is the true Sturm. Isn't that ass, isn't it? Sturm, is that the right way to pronounce it? Let me just check. Sorry guys, I'm dyslexic, so sometimes I can't read. I'm not very good at it. I can't read very well. Okay. Serum. So let me see. Either is the true serum for entrepreneurs: accountability and momentum. Fridays don't lie. You either ship, post, launch, follow up, or you didn't. If your week doesn't have a highlight reel fixed to it, fix it today. 100 actions. One push. Build your momentum before the weekend. Okay. Now, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? And I know it's not going to be a big one, but I'm going to show you this. Let me show you this. I'm going to take you back and show you my screen. Let me bring you over here and show you my screen. Now, We reverse that. We're going to bring it down. Okay, and we can possibly bring it in a little bit closer. You don't even need to see the whole screen. There you go. Okay, great. So let me show you this. This is you're going to see a little bit of how I prompt as well, which can be a little bit interesting. So let me, okay, that's perfect. So I did something yesterday, and let me bring up the ad. We'll show you the whole thing. Okay, so I saw this, it wasn't an ad, it was a reel. So let me show you the reel. I'm going to play it and you can hear it.
IKEA has a problem. Most people think their furniture is cheap, flimsy, won't last long. So in Portugal, IKEA launched a campaign called Hidden Tags to prove everyone wrong. Here's how it works. Every piece of IKEA furniture has a hidden tag that shows the manufacturing date. Most customers don't even know it exists. IKEA challenged people to find those tags at home. The oldest verified piece would win thousands of euros in gift cards. The results? Over 4,000 submissions came in. The average age of the furniture, 18.5 years. And the oldest piece? A wooden table from 1969, still being used 55 years later. That single number destroyed the myth that IKEA furniture doesn't last. Here's why the campaign was pure genius. IKEA didn't say their furniture was durable. They let customers prove it. And real stories beat slogans every time. By offering a reward, they turned customers into creators, generating thousands of posts and a flood of free PR. It's a reminder, the best marketing doesn't just talk. It lets your audience show the story for you. IKEA has a problem.
Okay guys, so there you go. So that was the video. That was the pretext to what I did next. So then I went to ChatGPT. Well, I actually got the transcript of the video. I went to ChatGPT and I fed in the transcript. Fed in the transcript up here. There you go. And then I started to ask it questions. What do you think of this as a way of generating business? Okay, and then it started to talk about it. Yeah, crowdsourcing their proof. I wanted the AI to kind of think it through a little bit before I started to work with it. You read my mind. Start with the online plan. So then it was saying, would you like me to adapt this IKEA workflow for the Builders Club campaign model, hidden results challenge, or proof sprint, so that members can apply it to their offers? I actually made a mistake. It wasn't actually for the Builders Club, but it was for $100 million mastery. Where did I say that? So what about $100 million mastery? So beautiful pivot, because $100 million mastery is a slightly different problem than the $100 million Builders Club. The core problem, $100 million mastery members don't integrate, they collect, okay? Surface symptoms. Root problem, they mistake exposure for execution. They mistake exposure for execution, okay? And the $100 million mastery audience don't need more information, they need integration, frameworks, and micro action systems to turn their theory into results. And that's where this whole exercise of the $100 million leads or the rule of 100 has kind of come into play. Okay, the seismic gap. There's no bridge layer between education and execution, and that's what we're trying to achieve here. What's the biggest pain of the mastery members? Excellent time in the Jesus. Crap it talks these days. The core pain of $100 million mastery members knowing too much and doing too little. Okay, so let's go down a little bit more. Look at the IKEA problem and my problem, and how do we recreate the IKEA problem to fix in our group. Okay, the IKEA case has it's not about furniture, it's about belief transformation through proof. Okay, they didn't change minds, they created a movement by turning their customers into evidence. Okay, so now I'm getting it to think the way I want it to think. Your $100 million mastery group is the exact same psychological position IKEA was before hidden tags. Let's unpack that side by side and then build your mastery version of the campaign. So, market belief. IKEA furniture is cheap and doesn't last. These frameworks work for Alex, but don't for me. Reality. Many customers had 20 plus years old furniture. Members are learning, executing small wins and improving, but not sharing them. Okay, I'm only going to read the $100 million mastery ones going forward. The hidden asset. Proof exists in members' DMs, drafts, actions, and micro results unseen. The core problem. Public silence hides private progress. Okay, results. Members disengage and slows momentum. Mirror the fix. IKEA's fix. They activate customers to uncover and share proof of what already existed. Longevity. Your fix. Activate mastery members to uncover and share proof of growth they've already achieved. Clarity, execution, and consistency wins. Okay. The builder's version. Hidden wins challenge. The Hidden Wins Challenge. Your community already has results, insights and shifts sitting unnoticed, buried in screenshots, notebooks and half-built funnels. This campaign makes those visible. Okay, now you're getting to see the picture of what I'm up to here. Turn invisible wins into public proof. Turn lurkers into leads. Turn mastery into momentum. Okay, the campaign, the hook. Most entrepreneurs think they're stuck, but they're already made more progress than they realized. We're about to prove it. Okay, so I'm going to stop with that for a moment, and I'm going to go down to the next thing here that I said with it. Okay, and I was in a moto getting a lift in, and this is what it is. I'm not getting it. I don't think we have a good setup. I think again. Think harder. Think about free and leading people to the $100 million Builders Club and the group and that we have and how it all comes together. Oh yeah, I actually got it better when I read it here than I did when I was doing it yesterday. Reframing it for the $100 million builders. You're not just dealing with furniture owners, you're dealing with ambitious builders who are hungry to prove that they belong in the $100 million league. They're looking for a leader to show them how to make their growth tangible. The real parallel. IKEA has hidden tags in old furniture. You've hidden builders' wins scattered in the work of your members are doing. They just don't see them as $100 million level yet. Make it about leading builders. Shift the narrative. You're not just running a challenge. You're leading a cohort of furniture $100 million builders. One sec, guys. I need to sit down here. Yeah, and let's get this through this pretty fast. $100 million bills to read the proof. Call to action. Frame it as a movement inside the Builders Club that you're inviting them to step forward and say, here's how I've already started acting like a $100 million builder. Okay. Lead with identity. Tell them being a $100 million builder isn't about future revenue. Did I say there was a future here as well? There's future here as well. I told you sometimes I can't read. It's about how you build, share, and prove your progress. They're not just joining a challenge, they're joining a visible builders showcase. Make the wins achievable. Okay, so anyway, let's get down to it. In one sentence, think of this as builders proof momentum. You're working for growing, you're doing for growth mindset what IKEA did for furniture durability. Okay, I think that's interesting. You're doing for growth mindset what IKEA did for durability. Okay. Now there was another couple of things. I'm going to skip down. I don't need to read everything, but so this is the one that kind of interests me as well. So I suppose I don't see this going viral, but I suppose we do have to have everything, but we don't have to have everything viral. Okay, so I suppose I'm getting addicted to the clicks a little bit, and this is going to be a slow burner and something that we grow over time, and that we can start today and we can move it out from there. Okay, and that's what I'm thinking about this. So anyway, hi Emmanuel, how are you? Let me just turn the screen around. There you go. How are you? If you'd like to go live with me, press on the connect button and we'll bring you in. We'll talk to you about it. I was just going through some ideas I have for the group and a campaign that I'm about to launch, and we're going to turn it into a post now. But if you'd like to say hello, just press the I don't know what the button is called. The talk to me button, and we can take it from there. So now I've showed you that. I don't know why that is. So as I say, this one isn't going to be as viral, but I think what we can do is we can build it over a period of time and add to it, get people to add their comments and engage with it, and be more of a slow burner. So yeah, I'm just going to try. I'm trying to move it into my projects in ChatGTP, and doesn't give me the option at the moment. So let me see if I can do this. ChatGTP is still kind of going around and around there, thinking about what it's going to do. Okay, I can't share it. So I'm moving it into the brain, and in there now I'm going to create a post and then maybe explain a little, and then I'm gonna probably stop at that for today because we're coming up to the hour. So $100 million builders and mastery campaign reports. Okay, strategy, that's fine. It's just regurgitating it. So I'm going to use my hook mastery agent for creating I suppose we can call them Grand Slam hooks. Okay, so it's given me an interesting post. I am going to ask it a couple of questions. Okay, so with a little bit of work, this is what it's suggested to me. Real builders don't need to go viral. They need to be seen. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's put it out there and see what happens. I'm going to create a post, and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put in Friday thought. Actually, I'm going to ask. So this is what I'm going with. Friday thought. Real builders don't need to go viral. They need to be seen. They don't. Friday thought. Real builders don't need to go viral. They need to be seen. Okay. And then I'm going to put an arrow down below to so then the body. Quiet progress is still progress, but But if no one sees it, no one learns from it, not even you. In this community, we want to build, in this community was built to make execution visible, not through highlight reels, but through proof. You don't need millions of views. You don't need a moment of recognition from people who get it. So here's your builder challenge today. Find one hidden win from this week, something that proves you're in motion. Post it, and post it here. Yeah, basically. Okay, let's do it. Look, I don't think this is going to go do anything mad. But at the same time, you need to test and see how things go down, you know. So, hey guys, okay. So let me show you that. So there we have it. Just posted it. Let's see how. Oh, let me bring you back over here. Let's see how that goes down. Can I do? I'm looking at all the buttons. Okay, so we can run polls. You can ask me questions here as well. Okay, great. So anyway, so to close off for today, so thanks for the week. We have completed the rule of 100, week 1. We are going to go live again next week, so you'll see me here at some time. I'll try and at some stage make it get a regular time to do it. But for the moment, it's going to have to be kind of whenever it kind of works. I might try and create a schedule, but if there's a particular time that suits you best, let me know in the comments and we can take it from there. Okay? All the best. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye now. I can't press the button. It's telling me there's a slow connection. There we go. So, adios, guys. See you next time.